And it is my joy to introduce... Wait, I have to say welcome?
Welcome to the 38th episode of the Empty Heads podcast, where we have our guest, Eric.
Hello.
How are you doing, Eric?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Haven't seen you in a while.
I know, it's been a while. I'm excited to catch up.
Last week, I actually haven't uploaded the episode yet, but we had Mr. Easton on, and now we've upgraded to Eric.
Oh, yes.
I'm great. Eric, baby. Let's go.
Let's go. Hopefully I'll live up to the hype.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, what's been going on with you?
Nothing. It's just been kind of, I'm in like a middle zone right now. I can't work right now because driver's license expired, so I have just to wait till I get that till I can make money. I just finished writing a script with a friend. We were going over like budget and stuff. It's gonna be really cool. It's gonna be shit. I'll put my phone on silent.
Oh, God. Ruining the audio.
What was I saying? Oh, the script. It'll be bigger than anything I've done. Like,
Bigger than the Sasquatch?
bigger than the Sasquatch. Bigger than Under the Lunar Sunset.
You
Like,
mean
we'll actually have a
Sasquatch?
full like set. We'll have like a full like. We'll have like a second group of directors and stuff.
Oh,
Hey,
wow.
hey,
Wow,
what,
that's
So it's
awesome.
gonna be pretty big.
what happened to Sasquatch, man?
Oh,
Where is Sasquatch, man?
Sasquatch. Unfortunately, it was on the hard drive on my computer that died. So
Oh.
that movie is lost in
The
time.
Lost Film.
No, that movie
What, is
is
it like
lost.
a laptop?
No, it was on my PC.
And the hard drive
Yeah,
died?
the
So I
hard
haven't
drive.
had it saved or anything. I want to watch that again.
It's
It
gone.
might be somewhere deep in my Google Drive, but I haven't found it yet. So it's literally lost in
Damn,
time.
That's
and
so
I'm so
important.
sad.
That's one of
hard
the...
drive
I forgot the name, but it was an SSD, and then like just Windows like corrupted. Everything just got corrupted. It was just all
That has
bad.
one of the best punchlines of like a video
I
ever.
thought you uploaded it to YouTube.
I did. Oh, I took it off my YouTube account because when I was releasing my other movie, I didn't want my parents to like go onto my channel and see that shit. So I
Why
was
didn't
like,
you just like private it?
I forgot it. I forgot that you could do that, and I just hit delete
Fucking-
because I was just in such a mindset of like, I gotta get this movie out. I was like, I know.
Yeah, it's
I
I've been-
guess for context, it was like this video that Eric and Simon and your
Sebastian.
Sebastian did.
It was just.
it wasn't just, it was cinema.
It was
a film
fucking
we
amazing.
made.
It was
Like,
pretty
Short
great.
film.
The only thing that really lives on that I have of the movie is the sesh scene. That's all I have on my
Oh,
phone.
that scene? Okay.
Yeah, that's
There's
all
a
I have on my
movie
phone.
where... What happened in the movie? You were driving
well,
in a car?
You were like meditating in the middle of the road,
Uh-huh.
and then like I rolled up because I'm looking for weed, and you were looking for Sasquatch, and we looked for Sasquatch.
Oh,
and
right. And our two desires... we
Yeah,
had
and
a
our two
common
desires
related.
kind of like
Led us on a little quest.
led us on a little
And then
quest.
Simon was
Sasquatch, and we ended up smoking with Sasquatch and my brother, who came out of nowhere,
So good.
and then Simon ate us at the end.
Yeah. When he's like, because I eat people. It's like such a good, like,
The munchies
just like,
because I eat people.
you just don't expect, like, when I was watching it for the first time, I was like, wait, what? Like, that's
We
so
had to
good.
somehow.
And there's a shot over Simon's shoulder of Eric and I kind of
Yeah.
turning to each other, and then right as we look at each other,
That's
it
the
cuts
end
to
of the
black.
movie.
So funny.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And afterwards, I uploaded it to the Sasquatch Reddit. And
what?
there was like a comment underneath that was like, I love Sasquatch, but will not be watching because of a guy with a hat and no shirt. And they were talking about the thumbnail, which was... Simon didn't have like a Sasquatch
Wait,
costume
that means
or
it's
anything.
on Reddit.
Wait,
No,
yeah,
that
where's it
Reddit
on
was just a YouTube
It would be the
link to
YouTube link that's
Yeah.
deleted,
Oh
right?
shit! Yeah.
My laptop just made a Discord sound.
Sorry, guys. That's fine.
Anyways,
Good old Discord.
It was a pretty good movie, though.
Great
What was-
movie.
Oh, I'll grab my drink.
so that
here.
means it's not totally lost.
It's lost.
No, it's lost.
But you
It's
just
the
said it was on
YouTube
the
link.
Reddit.
But on the Reddit, it's
Just
just
a
a
link.
link.
It's the YouTube link that's the deleted video.
Sorry.
Reddit is
I literally
just,
just said that.
I was not.
What's
listening.
wrong with you?
I wasn't.
not
I
a
was,
real place,
I was
man.
working on my laptop to do something. I'm sorry.
What have
Middle
you
of the
guys been
podcast?
up to
Yeah.
lately?
Been recording this.
Oh, I have an anecdote. Is
What's
it time
your
for an
anecdote?
anecdote?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is what I've been up to. You look mad.
No, it's just I felt a little interrupted, but go ahead.
No, let's talk
Oh,
about it.
jeez.
No, I was just saying he asked what we're up to. We've
Yeah.
been recording this, and since the like restrictions are starting to go away and we're all vaccinated and whatnot, we've been hanging out like a lot more.
That's good.
So it feels just good to get back into like the swing of things. And then I've been working like a
Anecdote?
lot, so yeah, go ahead.
Let me do the anecdote.
Well, you can't just say go ahead and then scream at me.
Yes.
Tell your
Let
anecdote.
the man speak, man.
We have nothing but time.
Hey,
Unless you
nothing
guys have
anyone
time
else
limit.
says is important. I only value my own.
Only Seb's
Nonsense.
words
Well,
Well, it's too
matter.
bad you're leaving.
Only Seb's words matter around here.
Okay, so I was in Stater Brothers last night, and I am on my way to buy some weed.
Classic.
Right? Because Stater Brothers between.
You
weed
know,
store
you
in
go to
my
Stater
house.
Brothers and then you get your weed. You get
Sure.
your groceries. And
I just get a little lemonade, you know,
Oh, yeah.
a little drink
for that
with
cotton.
the cotton mouth.
Yeah. Oh man.
You don't get your weed from Stater Brothers?
I wish.
And so I just grabbed it's like a $2 drink, you know, I put it on the conveyor belt. There's like one checkout lane open, and then I wanted to get some cash back because weed store only takes cash. You know.
Weed store.
Yeah.
going
And
Were you going to Pomona?
Go ahead.
Pomona?
I was going to Pomona, yeah, the Queens. I like to visit the Queens.
All right.
And
This is not a sponsor, by the way.
in a way, it's sponsored.
No.
They've influenced the things I'm saying as we speak.
Tell us your story.
So I get to the checkout lane, and then the machine's like, "Do you want cash back?" And I accidentally hit no. And I turn to the
Sad.
cashier, and I'm like, "Hey, like, can you run it back again? Like, I fucked up. I wanted to do cash back." And she's like, "Oh, we're not doing that anymore
What?
unless you spend $5." And I was like, well, I kind of didn't understand what she was saying because we got masks on, and it's a weird transaction. I wasn't really prepared to have a conversation, so I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, wait, so if I had hit yes on the machine, because it gave me the option, you would have just been like, no cash back? And she's like, yeah, because I'll get in trouble. And I was like, oh, okay. And I walked out, and I just thinking about it, and I was like, wait, I'm pretty sure I could get cash. Like if I hit yes on the machine, it'll just be like,
Well, it would have just popped up, and then she would have been like, "Oh, sorry."
Well, so let me tell you the second half of the story. So I go back in, and I get an Arizona. I'm like, I want to test this, see what happens. So I go, and there's only one checkout lane, so I have to go back to the same lady, and she sees me, and she's like already upset. She's like, "Are you gonna do cash back?" And I'm like, "Well, not if it's gonna get you in trouble. But I really don't think me hitting a button would actually get you in any trouble. That doesn't make any sense. People must hit it all the time.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
you get in trouble for that." I don't know. So but I don't hit the yes. We just kind of talk about it some more, and she's like, and at this point, I think I've spent $5 because of 2 drinks.
Mm-hmm.
But she's like, it has to be with a $5 purchase. And I'm like, why? And she's like, because that's our policy. That's the rule. And I was like, but I understand that it's the policy, but why? Why would you make that policy? That doesn't make any sense. And she's like, well, because people walk in here and they spend 99 cents and they take out $200. And I think at this point I was realizing, this is just a capitalism thing.
That just doesn't make sense to me at all because you're still paying them the $200.
I think stores
Well, I guess
still
because of
have to have a certain amount of cash at all times.
No, that's true, but it's probably just because when you use the machine to transfer the money to the bank account, they charge a some
Yeah,
fee.
yeah.
So they probably want
They
you
probably
to cover the charge.
Well,
of
I
the
think
fee.
it's just an incentive for if you're maybe you're kind of having a bad day, you really need some cash. You're in some kind of bad situation. You might just go in there and really spend only 99 cents, right? Because you're just there to do the cash back, and they don't want that. They only want people who are going to give them a little more money, the $5.
To compensate. for the
It's
thing,
kind of
yeah.
raising the bar. A lot of people might not have $5 to spend right now, and that kind of blocks them from being able to do that. So it's a little fucked up, I think.
Yeah,
Like a guy who's
but it's not
maybe
the
on
cashier's fault. It's the company's
No,
fault.
she just works
Yeah.
there, which
She gets paid shitty.
yeah,
Yeah,
doesn't
like you
care.
can't.
but also I'm not gonna do that, I'm gonna take out $10, and I go to that store all the time. I'm not just.
A hoodlum.
She's just like.
I'm a local lady.
I live here, okay? This is my home. I went to high school here.
I texted the group. I said, I came pretty close to having a Michael Douglas falling down moment because the Michael Douglas movie Falling Down is about a guy who's just one day he's in traffic and he decides he's had it with society, and he just, instead of waiting in traffic, just gets out of his car and starts walking. And then, like, as the movie goes, he loses it more and more until he's like blowing up stuff with bazookas. But I felt like I was on the verge of that kind of, like, I was like, lady, we're just people, man. I'm just trying to get some drugs. I'm just a junkie. I just need money for a week.
Right now,
why are you, you know, like when people come into my work and they're like, how many toppings can I get? And like, there's like maybe not a lot of my coworkers around. I'm like, as many as you want. Like, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because I don't work here. I mean, I do work here, but I just work here. You know, I don't care about the store. Fuck them. Yeah.
Right on,
Fuck
man.
capitalism.
Thank you.
Got the same mindset. Same exact mindset.
And why would you? That's a dumb policy.
People are always like, how much extra for like a ranch? And I'm like, I'm just gonna give it to you.
Yeah.
That's the best. You feel like you're kind of.
It's like 60 cents.
And then
I'm not
you
gonna
have a
run
Bill
your.
moment
I'm
with
not
that
gonna
guy?
run your card again. Like,
yeah.
I'm just gonna give you the ranch.
Because why would we give a fuck about the ranch?
Yeah.
Like,
It's like a 60-cent loss for the store.
if I were working at Stater Brothers, I'd just be like, yeah, I'll give you cash.
Bro, when I was working at Gus's barbecue, like whenever somebody would complain, like just a minor complaint, we would just always be like, "We'll give you a free cornbread." Always settled it.
Oh.
And it
I'm
cost
telling-
us like a penny to like make
Yeah.
that shit. It's just a mix.
You telling me all I gotta do to get a free cornbread is go to Gus's barbecue
Yeah,
and
just like
complain?
complain.
Don't even like sit down or like order anything.
Yeah,
You start complaining.
You're still waiting for your
All right,
table.
we'll give you a free cornbread. Okay, like, and you just leave.
Where is it?
I just
You
walked
just
by
walk
your
up.
restaurant.
I was promised a free cornbread by a former employee.
Where's my cornbread?
So what else you
Did
been
I
up
tell
to?
you how I left that job?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
That's a good story.
So, corporate was being like really shitty to like the employees. Like they, instead of giving us cash tips, they would just include it into our check every week or whatever, every other week. And like everybody started to realize that those tips started to be like less than they used to be. Sorry. And like everybody was like complaining, and then our manager tried to like stick up for us, and then after he tried to stick up for us, they just fired him. So
Damn.
They
Yeah.
were skimming from the tips,
Yeah.
and then they fired your manager?
yeah,
What
because
the
he was trying to stick
fuck?
up for us. And then and then some like 2 days before I quit, like some bartender was like talking to like a guy from corporate, because he was technically our manager at the time while they were looking for a new manager. And he's just he's a fuckhead. He's like a 20-year-old like guy who's always been bullied his whole life, so now he's got a place of power, and he's just gonna
jeez.
I'm the boss man.
Some guy that's the same age as you as your boss?
Yeah,
That's the worst
basically.
thing ever.
Yeah,
I
you're
hate
just
that.
like, fuck you, man.
Wow, what
And
a
then
prick.
he was just so anal about everything, and then like the bartender was like having a fight with him or whatever, and she just walked out and left. And then so I was just thinking, I was like, man, that's kind of cool. And then so like 2 nights later, like the guy, we'll call him Tommy, he like came up to me. He's like, yo, hey Rick, can you go get these parts for the juicer? And I was like, oh yeah, for sure. And then I just walked out.
You never came back?
Never came
That's
back.
awesome.
That is amazing. How many employees quit after your first manager got fired? Like,
Almost like everybody left.
that's awesome.
Wow.
That is awesome.
Everybody left.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Except my friend TJ.
Still
He
working?
stayed. Yeah, because he got promoted.
Oh,
Oh, okay, then
From
that's
everybody.
good for him, I guess.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, fight the power.
Cool. Yeah,
Exactly.
Oh, here's a segue. I got a segue.
Let's hop on.
Do you think when the first time you took shrooms,
Oh,
the
boy.
magic mushrooms, that it
What a segue.
Yeah. I'm gonna segue. So the shrooms.
that it made you just start? It kind of started to make you feel like you wanted to fight the power.
Fight the power.
Do you think the two things are related?
I don't know. I don't really have the fight
Or,
the power mindset, I guess. I just kind of like go with it because I
Right.
can't really do anything.
Do you?
I mean, what I got from shrooms is just it made me more appreciative of life and whoever's around me.
Oh, that's much nicer.
Yeah.
What, did you have like this crazy, surreal, like
You're like, the
Society's
government's
out to get
us.
me.
I didn't think society was out to get me, but I just kind of I had an experience where I felt like, oh shit, like all this stuff that we just take as normal, like, is not the way it needs to be.
Right.
That was the real, and it's not. You're right. It's not really a feeling of wanting to fight the power, because you really, it's a fight you can't win.
I think it was just more of an understanding than like
Yeah.
wondering. Like
It was like I had to do a reevaluation.
You had a Joker moment.
Joker
Sure.
moment. Yeah.
you had your bathroom moment.
Yeah. You did a dance.
Dancing in the bathroom mirror, like.
Just imagine that now.
Just
Okay,
tripping.
yes, I did all of that.
Just fucking tripping balls.
Okay, hey guys, sorry, the microphone's cut out, so we're just picking up where we left off.
Good. Don't cut any of that. It's all gonna be confusing and jarring.
No, he's right.
Thank
He's
you.
right,
No,
Because
so it's
in the middle of a conversation,
Yeah.
the parts Garrett wants to use, he's doing the Seinfeld theme. So in the middle of Sebastian's conversation, it just cuts off, and then it's Garrett going.
I was driving around today, and I decided to put on the episode where we had Simon, Heads v Apes.
Oh yeah, it's a great episode.
And we were the idea beforehand was to do stand-up bits or whatever, and we immediately Simon immediately made a joke about you being Michael Richards at the Laugh Factory. So funny. Like and I was like, oh, there's somebody in the crowd heckling you, and you can't really quite make out who he is or what he might look like. There's a certain word that might describe him. It's so funny.
What happened to that guy, man? What's he doing right now?
Kramer?
Yeah.
He's
Probably just sitting in his house going like, "Oh, I shouldn't have done
Shouldn't
that."
have said that.
Yeah, but
Well,
he's
yeah,
really
you've seen
rich
the
off
Curb-
of Seinfeld.
The
so.
Curb episode, right?
No.
Okay, so there's a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode where they do a Seinfeld reunion, and then Michael Richards is there, and he's yelling at Leon, and he's like, "If only there's a certain word I could call you that's really terrible and would piss everyone off and make me look like an idiot." And then like a bunch of people like pull out their phones and start recording. It was pretty good. It's a good bit.
At least he owns it
Yeah.
at some point.
Oh man.
What were we talking about before?
You guys were
I think we were
talking
talking about
about
mushrooms, and I want to hear about your most recent shroom trip.
Oh yeah, so we went up to the mountains, and when we took them, and like, I was just expecting like
Who took him with you?
it was me, my brother,
Give full names.
Dresses.
Social
my
security
brother. I don't know if should I say no. Okay.
You don't have to say
You don't have to
names.
say it.
It's up to you.
Just like friends.
It was me and Luke.
Are you trying to remember? Oh, okay. Was your girlfriend with you?
No, she had to work. Unfortunately,
That's
she works every weekend. So, it was about 8 of us that took it, and we
Did
were
your
up-
parents take some?
No, yeah, I wish. No, that would be cool. Have experience.
That's how they do it in Mexico, man. The whole family.
Really?
No, my parents they weren't up there with us. It was just me and a
Oh,
couple
I see.
friends. Yeah, imagine just trying to sneak around my parents on shrooms. It was 2 of my friends' first times taking shrooms, because all they've ever done is weed. So like it was really cool, just kind of like experiencing their first psychedelic trip.
Yeah.
Like, just kind of being like, damn, I wish I was you, because it's always fun the first time.
Yeah.
Bro, but like it was super sunny, and then like we were just outside on the patio the whole time, just listening to music by the fire or whatever. I don't even know what to describe what I was saying. Like,
Can I ask about what the dose was?
8 grams? No,
8
4. Sorry,
grams?
4. 8 is the most I've ever taken.
You've taken 8 though.
Yeah, I
that's
have, and that was
crazy.
a
Isn't
death
that the
experience.
recommended?
No, 4. 8th is a death sentence, bro.
Oh, are you saying 8th or 8?
8 grams.
8
Yeah.
grams. Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, that was my most, but that wasn't my last one.
So this one was 4 grams, because that's still
Yeah.
pretty.
Yeah,
Gets into heroic
It was
dose
really,
territory.
It was really fun.
Yeah.
This Diet Coke is killing me. Yeah, okay. It started off like super sunny, and then like just as the day was going on, like we had like a perfect view, just looking up and like seeing clouds just keep on coming, and like they were like swirling and like dancing with the music, and I was just like I was like in shock and awe. I was like crying. I was like, what the fuck is going on? It's so beautiful. And then like
Hell yeah.
all of a sudden like we're just inside a cloud. Like it's just like you can't see like 2 feet in front of us. It's just like all fog, and it was like the most crazy experience.
Oh,
I've
it just
ever
went
had.
from sunny to foggy like
Yeah,
immediately.
just like that, and
Wow.
like throughout the whole day.
That's crazy.
And it was like
Imagine a weather change like that. Must be disorienting.
It felt like
was
my
super
plan.
disorienting, and like it made it feel like so much longer too, because it felt like I went through like 5 days. in one.
That's crazy.
What?
Was this at Arrowhead?
Yeah, it was an Arrowhead.
So do you have like a house up there?
Yeah, we have a house. up
Oh,
there.
that's awesome.
Yeah. We just bought it too, so I want to do.
Did you go on any little nature walks? Or did you stay close
No,
to
I wasn't in the mindset. That wasn't in my mind. I was like, I should go for a walk right now.
I kind of want to hear about the 8-gram experience.
Oh, that was in Big Bear, with my girlfriend, and Jordan was there too. Jordan was there, but he was fine.
Can I ask why you would take 8 grams?
And on an empty stomach as well.
Oh.
I don't know. I was just like, I think that's what I took last time.
Wow. Because an
Were you-
eighth is the recommended amount, right?
No.
3.5 grams. Is
3.5
the recommended.
to 4.
And he's
is-
talking about taking 8.
Wow. So
It's
what's
just
like
double
the recommended
recommended.
like first time? I remember you were talking
Well,
about it.
well,
It's
my
very
friends,
different person
my
to
friends,
person.
they seem like to have the same reaction as me, and they took like 2.5,
Oh, I see.
and it was like
That's
the first
interesting.
time.
I would recommend for anyone who wants to try out magic mushrooms.
I don't know. You guys want to try right now?
that you do around an eighth, around 3 to 3.5 grams on your first time, because that's what is kind of commonly referred to as a threshold dose, where you're fully immersed in the mushroom world.
But yeah, no, the one where I took the 8th, it was just
Wait, the 8th or the 8?
the 8 grams. Sorry, not the 8th.
Right. Okay.
Just my brain.
Were you confined to a bed? Like I can imagine at that level you
Yeah,
would be hard
I
to like
was.
get around.
I was in my bed the whole time.
Yeah.
So like I took them, like the visuals were like the most craziest thing I've ever seen. Like, and then like it just started like my stomach was just started to like hurt. Like I just got shot.
Damn.
And then I just remember going into my bed, and then it's black from there. And then I just remember, like, I was like, my elbows were on like my knees. I was sitting on the floor in the bathroom in my underwear, and like I had no idea where I was, who I was.
Yeah, that sounds like you kind of got to the
Yeah,
full ego
dude, like.
death.
And then there was like my friends, they were playing music in the background or whatever, like, and it was like super muffled, and it was like super eerie. So like I thought I was like in this purgatory state, and I was like,
Jeez.
what the fuck? Where am I? I was like,
Jesus.
I thought I was like dead, and I was just like in a waiting room. That's literally what it felt like, and it was just.
How
I
long
don't-
did it feel like that?
It felt like hours.
Damn.
Hours.
That's awful.
It was
What the
awful.
fuck?
Awful.
Do you think there's a value?
It felt like hours. It was probably like 20 minutes.
Jeez.
It felt like hours though. And then I just remember crawling into my bed, just like, I know I was muttering to myself. I was like, "This needs to stop. This needs to stop.
Yeah.
This needs to stop."
Jeez.
It was bad. It was bad. Never do that much. Never.
Wow.
My highest dose was we took 7 grams and we made a tea. And
Well, you did a tea. I also put it in lemon juice, which
Uh-huh.
extracts the psilocybin
Right.
even more.
Mm.
It's just all bad.
So you just did like the craziest amount.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. And it,
Well, there's always 10 grams.
that's true.
There's no craziest because you could just keep. I mean, people don't really have mushroom overdoses.
What-
You could take insane amounts of mushrooms.
Yeah. What is like?
But don't.
What's
do
like
that.
the most you've heard of anyone ever taking?
Well, I mean, I've heard of people who. This is with LSD, but it's a similar substance. If you're working with the chemicals, like in some sort of chemistry setting, and it gets to your skin, or like a guy had like a vat of acid dump on him. So then you're talking about like, I don't know, the equivalent of like hundreds of grams.
Right.
And like people get
And with
permanent
acid,
brain
you
damage.
take like 0.5, 0.0 point
yeah,
whatever.
you're not. You're supposed to take a little tiny drop.
Wow.
So people get fucked up by that, and then some people are okay afterwards.
It's your evil superpower.
Fucked
remember?
up like what?
Like they have some sort of visual distortion that they have to live with.
Whoa.
I was on acid on prom.
Yeah, I remember that. I was with
I
you.
remember you told me that.
It was the most fun experience of my life.
I know,
dude.
fucking-
Walking it.
This guy knows
Okay,
how
so
to
I took
prom.
it in the car, and then with my girlfriend, she also took it. And then I remember I had a front of the line pass.
And it was at an aquarium.
No, and then I remember walking up and he's starting to hit, and then I just see Dr. O'Connor and I have this front of the line pass. His face
Doc
is like
Ock,
doing
baby.
some fuck shit. I'm just like, I don't want to look at you right now. But he's
Just
like,
start
he's like, so you
laughing.
got a front of the line pass, huh? So you're like a good student. And he's like, you know, making a big deal out of it for no reason because that's what Dr. O'Connor does.
Yeah.
And then, and I was just like, I can't talk to you right now. You're gonna make me laugh too much right now. Because all I was picturing was the picture of him ripping the bong.
Yeah.
You don't know what I've done to you.
Because you made that picture. That's right.
That picture's the best. Oh my god.
And then I walk in, and then like it's starting to really hit, and then I'm walking through an aquarium. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I see the spaceship. I was like, that's inflatable. That's not real.
No, this is a real spaceship.
And then I walked closer. I was like, what? It's real. And then I had a real sketchy interaction with the teacher as well.
Did you know Simon's phone was like cursed with that image?
What image?
The Doc Ock ripping a bong.
Oh, yeah.
It like
It's
kept
like
showing
on
it,
Instagram, like the group chat. No matter like the most recent thing that would always be there instead of someone's message or like
It would be
a
that?
meme post would be that picture.
Oh, I'm so glad.
I know
it's so
it is so
looks
funny. Like he's just like this is cursed my phone. I hate it to the point where like he didn't even find the image funny anymore. It's just there. Like
What about that image of Doc Ock doing a T pose?
Oh, on the
it's a classic.
skateboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
doing the big shred. Yeah, it's a classic.
It's 2 episodes in a row where we've gotten different perspectives on
Of
Dr. O'Connor.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Last week Easton was telling us how he's his boss and shit like that.
He can't
Oh,
really
God. Oh,
can't
my
bag on him the way we can now.
man.
Talking about the Doc Ock.
He was my boss at some
Have you
point.
guys had any, like, bad been called to the office in high school or whatever for something bad you've done?
No. The last time that happened to me was in middle school. It was actually the first time I ever got a detention. I was
Really?
like so upset, and I was like,
I got a Saturday school in high school.
like, how am I gonna explain this to my mom? So, so in the 8th grade, I was taking this fucking cooking class, and actually I liked the class, but the teacher like, she was
Oh,
really-
I know everybody complained about her, I think.
yeah, she was like nice,
brother
but
even
sometimes she'd be really like mean. I don't know, whatever. So she'd always hear me like cursing. I'd be like, ah, shit, because I fucking swear like a sailor. And she would always be like, hey man, I will not tolerate cursing in my kitchen classroom. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And then one time, it was before winter break, and she was like telling the class something. I think she was like, I heard from someone else like, oh, she makes you clean the classroom today and like clean all the pots and pans and shit. And so, but I wasn't listening to what she was saying, but that's what she was talking about. And I was talking to one of my friends. I was like, man, that's bullshit. Like, I don't remember what we were talking about. And she thought I was talking about what she was saying. So she was like, okay, man, that's it. I'm writing you up. So she wrote me up, like, the pink slips or whatever
Yeah.
to send you to the office. So I go to the office, and then the vice principal. Do you guys remember the vice principal from our
Yeah.
Robley? McNally?
Yeah.
Was that her name?
I don't know her name, but I remember her.
She was not very nice. She
No,
sat me down,
wasn't.
and she
The
just.
principal was cool. He did nothing.
Oh
but
yeah,
he was cool.
he just sat around. He was super chill though, and she was just like, she looked at it and it said that I had cursed, and she was like, "How could you do this?"
Okay, hold on. You know the most bullshit thing about Roble? They're like, Claremont High School would never tolerate
Yeah,
this.
they won't tolerate cursing or your phone
Yeah.
or your existence, and they'll whip you into shape. And like every day, I'd walk into Mr. Cooper's room like 20 minutes late, and I'd be like, "Hey, Mr. Cooper," like half asleep because it was 7 in the morning. And
Yeah.
he was like, "Hey," and I'd have like a
It was
coffee.
so much
like,
more chill.
no one gave a shit.
Yeah.
Like, Miss McNally was like, I can't believe you did this. Oh, but while I was in the waiting room, my PE teacher was like, hey man, what are you doing here? And I showed it to him, and he looked at me. He was obviously found it hilarious, but had to pretend to be disappointed.
What a weird bullshit little prison for kids.
I know, right? So she was like, I'm gonna have to give you a detention for this, and I was like,
What?
I was like, really? Like, yeah.
That's bull.
I know. and I was like, and it was the last day before winter break. So 2 weeks. It was nice of her to. She was like, I'm not going to give it to you today because it's the last day before winter break. So she gave it to me the day after winter break ended. So like, after school I had to sit in the office for like 3 hours. Just detention. So what a stupid
I got a Saturday
thing.
school at Roble
Think about what you
for
just
pulling
said.
out my phone.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I just want to, before we move on, you said a sentence a couple seconds ago. He had to pretend to be disappointed.
Yeah.
What a ridiculous, you can tell he's pretending, he knows you know he's pretending. Why do we live in this weird situation where you have to pretend that you're against cursing? You can't just be honest about
Because
the
if
fact
he
that
goes
everybody
home and tells
curses.
his teacher, his mom, that his teacher said, "Oh, that's cool, that's funny," the teacher, his mom would be like,
Well, my
his
mom
would
would
get mad.
potentially
And
get
get mad
mad
at the school.
Yeah.
talk to the school.
But isn't that bullshit too?
Yeah,
What a stupid
the
thing
thing
to
is
get mad about.
he would
Sebastian.
curse in he would
We
curse.
live in a society.
That's
We
another
live in a
Joker moment.
society.
Another joke.
That was Amos' Joker moment. It happens to all of us.
So it was just so fucking bizarre. And then the next time I ever got any actually I got a detention in high school now that I think about it.
Suspended in high school.
Ooh.
What'd you do?
You guys don't know.
No, tell us.
Do you guys know the infamous story about Nick Fusco?
No.
You don't know about Nick Fusco?
I'm gonna have to censor his
I
last name.
might.
Oh yeah.
Don't worry.
Sorry.
Nick
I might.
Foos.
I might.
Sebastian,
know about
shut
this.
up.
I might know about this.
So it was the day Snapchat location stories came out. And then,
I don't know this guy. I'm trying to remember him.
well, he's just a pawn in this.
He was a year below us, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, yeah.
Let's not dox him anymore. Okay, continue.
No, my sister.
So
knew
this
that guy.
kid from our class, I'm pretty sure everybody knows him. I won't say his name, but something like peanut butter kind of rhymes with it.
Peanut butter. Just say his name. I'll cut it out.
Oh, okay.
You know that.
Fucking hate that guy.
Yeah,
Okay, so-
Okay, so he was in my class, and he had a swastika fidget spinner.
What?
Yeah, and I took a picture of it, and I thought it was a great idea to put it on the Claremont High School Snapchat story.
You moron.
Hey, but there was no caption. It was just a picture. I wasn't supporting it.
Yeah.
And
Just
then
reporting it.
5 minutes later, this kid, I said his name earlier, he posted on the Snapchat story right after me. He colored himself in
Oh, in the KKK outfit. Yeah, I
with the
remember this.
swastikas.
I vaguely.
And then I
ridiculous.
saw I had 2 screenshots on my photo, so I was like, oh fuck, I deleted it as fast as I could. And then we were in
Did you
office
delete
hour.
it from the Snapchat,
Yeah.
the Claremont?
I deleted it as soon
Okay.
as I saw there was 2 screenshots. I was like, fuck. And then we were in office hours, and I was in Miss McCown's room. You guys know who that is?
I don't think I ever had her.
She was the water polo coach. I was in her room, and then
Oh, I know her.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
a biology
teach
teacher,
marine
right?
bio?
Yeah.
What?
Marine bio.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had her.
And then I was in her classroom because that's where all the water polo kids hung out or whatever. And then
She was,
Proctor somehow found me in the room and was asking for me. I was like, oh fuck, I know what this is for. And he's walking me up. He's like, oh, what happened? I was like, I think I know. He's like, well, you think it's gonna be bad? I was like, no, probably a detention or something. And then I walk into the room. I walk into Miss Deemer's office. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna get a detention. It's gonna suck. As soon as I sit down, she's like, all right, so we've contacted the Claremont PD, and they are on their way right now for an investigation of a hate crime. And I was like, yo, what? Yo. no. So I was like, okay, better get my story straight. And then I wasn't gonna snitch on Nathan. I was like, oh man, I'll let him go, whatever.
Right.
And then the cops are interrogating me, and they're like going through my phone. I deleted the picture already, so it's already off my phone. They're like trying to find it.
Wait, they weren't allowed to go through
I know,
your
and they
phone.
took
phone?
pictures with a camera of my phone.
That's fucked up, dude.
I know, crazy fucked up.
What? You should have just said no.
I know. And then one of the assistant superintendent was there as well. He came in. He came walking in, and then like after like talking to the cops and like not really saying anything, it's just like, I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. It has my name on it.
But just to reiterate, you only took a picture of
I
something
know. I
someone
only
else
took a
brought.
picture, and
You didn't bring a
it's
swastika.
in our history books.
Yeah.
And then
Fidget spinners are.
I think you should have. What? Just finish the story. Actually,
and then they pull me into a room with Dr. O'Connor, the assistant superintendent, and then Sideburns, and then another cop.
sideburns.
Yeah.
Sideburns.
Sideburns was nice. She gave me a pizza when I was there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Sorry,
she was a good cop.
she's
She was
actually
good.
super
She was
nice,
good
yeah.
cop for that one. And then the assistant superintendent was like, tell us whose this is, or you're gonna go to jail. I was like, it's Nathan's.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And then I got.
They still suspended you though.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, you want to hear another crazy part? Is my mom? She comes rushing in, and I was like, oh fuck. But apparently, because my mom, she got a call from the school saying I was part of a terrorist attack.
What?
And there was
Jesus
a petition
Christ.
trying to get me out of the school, which was just all lies.
Yeah, none of that is true.
That happened.
Who
A
told her
terrorist
that?
attack.
I don't know. Somebody from the office.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
somebody from the office told my mom I was part of a terrorist attack.
Imagine the amount of stress you're putting on a mom by
I
doing
know,
that.
and then I see her running in because I just think she's mad at me for like being suspended,
Being
and
a
being in
terrorist.
trouble, but she thought I was part of a terrorist attack. So
And I'm guessing the person who said that to your mom probably didn't get in any
she
trouble.
thought I shot up the school or some shit.
That's fucking ridiculous.
It was totally ridiculous. And then I got suspended for like 5 days with a recommend of expulsion.
No way.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. For posting.
Taking a picture and posting
Yeah.
it on
Okay,
a
all right.
Snapchat story.
Like,
I get it. It's
But
an
what happened
offensive
to-
image. It's an offensive symbol, but like, come on.
what
that's-
happened to the guy who had the fidget
He
spinner?
got 4 days suspension.
What?
He got less than
Yeah,
you?
I know.
That's
I know.
ridiculous.
I know.
So the guy who
Ridiculous.
brought the offensive thing to
I
the
Did you
school,
beat his ass when the next time you saw? Like, I would have whooped his ass.
I know. I would have.
you would have whooped his ass?
No, I wouldn't have beat the shit out of him, but
Yeah,
I would
I
have
know.
like
You know
pressed
what?
him.
You should have taken a picture of it. With
Yeah,
him
you
in
should
the
have taken a picture
frame,
of
like-
him with it.
That would've
I
been
know. I should
amazing.
have. It was just split second. I was like, oh, let me post this.
Like,
real
this is
quick.
funny. Like,
Yeah.
everyone will find this
Yeah,
funny.
Who the fuck brings this to school? And I was just sharing it with the school and being like, look at this fucker. But yeah, and then my parents, they weren't even mad at me. It was basically like a 5-day vacation. And then we had to go meet with the assistant superintendent. And my mom caught him in a couple of lies because like he said like he was like you're lucky that I was there that day. I was just there randomly that day, like, and I got your son out of this or whatever. But I remember him telling me like
You still got suspended.
I remember him coming into the office like when like everything was going down. I was just like waiting inside the office. He's like, and he looked at me. He's like, so this is why I'm here. And I was like, okay, whatever. And so he just lied about that he was randomly there, and he saved me because
Did you press him? Did you like bring that up in the meeting?
No, I was just like, my parents wanted to sue, but then they're like, whatever, doesn't matter. And it doesn't. I don't care. Nothing really happened. It's
I mean,
not
yeah, like you said, it was a 5-day vacation.
it was a 5-day vacation. I got to watch House of Cards.
Wow.
Hey, that's the attitude, man.
Yeah, it was fun.
I'm
That's
trying to
that's really
remember
funny. Like,
Oh,
jeez.
I just remembered why I got my detention in high school.
Oh boy.
It's not that interesting of a story. Okay, so we had this Miss Ware.
Oh, Yes.
Miss Ware. Miss Ware.
God, I
I
have a
got
great
into
story.
detention by her.
I have a great story about her.
So she was always just so like rude to everyone and like she's the worst. Anyways, Miss Ware, if you're hearing this,
Fuck you.
I don't give a shit. Anyways. All right. So she subbed for our German class one time, and my German teacher, Fratzai, she's the best. I love Fratzai. But she had this rule where if a sub wrote your name down, no matter what, detention.
That's a terrible rule.
Yeah. I got, but like, that's one of her only like dumb rules, right?
Yeah.
Every teacher has one.
Mm-hmm.
So, where, like, I'm trying to remember what she did. We were just like, whenever we have a sub that couldn't actually teach us German and we didn't have a movie to watch, it was just like a handout and we'd fill it out. So as we were working, like, I was like talking to like Johnny and Simon. I forgot what, but then she was like, she started talking to me about something, and I forgot what it was. And she was like, you know what? I don't like your attitude. See me after class. And I was like, okay, what the hell? And that day was Oktoberfest at the high school. And then Fratzai walks in, and she's like, hey, I need some people to come help clean up. So I went, and I, like, brought some shit back to the class. And after that, Ware was like, hey, you know what? Since you did that, you don't have to see me after class. Like, whatever was bothering me, you made up for it by, like, offering your help. And I was like, oh, that's a cool thing to say. This was a Friday, or, like, a Thursday. The next Monday, Fratzai comes up to me and she's like, hey, Miss Ware wrote your name down. And I was like, what? And then she was like, okay, here's a detention. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was so mad because, like, she said that I don't, so I got a detention. And then afterwards, I was just like, I totally was just like, I was honestly a little prick about it. But, like, I like, kind of told Miss Ware off in a way. I didn't get mad at her, but I was just like, yeah, you like, that was ridiculous of you. And then Fratzai made me go and apologize to her. It was just like, what a dumb fucking, like...
She did that to me and Jordan my freshman year. We were in the same English class, and she was subbing for Miss Evans. And we were like... It was a group discussion thing, and like me and Jordan, we were joking around, of course. This is how me and Jordan met as well.
That's awesome.
And then, like, we're just being a little loud. We're just making some jokes, laughing, like... But we're still talking about the topic, and then she, like, gets mad at us and whatever. And then, like, me and Miss Ware and Jordan, like, started talking, and, like, she seemed cool with us. And then the next day we come back, she wrote our name down, and me and Jordan got detention.
What? Bro.
Yeah, it happens. I don't know why.
And that's the thing. She was always, like, cool and nice with me.
Yeah. And then she went behind your back and fuck you over.
She's like, who the fuck does that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because, like, we talked about this a little bit last week with Easton, the idea of, like, in high school, you have to ask to go to the bathroom.
Right, yeah.
But, like, now if someone told you that, you'd be like, fuck off. I'm just going to go to the bathroom. You can't
Yeah.
tell me where to exist. You know, like, if somebody tried to give you detention in college, you'd just be like, fuck you, I'm not going to that.
Yeah.
I don't go to class half the time.
I'm
Yeah.
paying your salary.
Yeah, I think if I'm ever in a...
I got kicked out of a lecture.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, did I tell you guys about this on the podcast? I probably brought it up. I feel like I'm doing all the talk. Okay, anyways. So lecture, I'll make it quick. This professor, bitch. Total bitch. I don't even remember her name.
It's bitchy.
Yeah. She was in a lecture hall of like 200 people or like 150 plus, the assumption is like if some people like in the back rows are talking, like the professor just ignores them. Like the professor doesn't give a shit. We're all adults, like it's on them, right? Mm-hmm. She would press every single person in that classroom. If she looked at you and you weren't like looking at her, she'd be like, why are you in my class? And like she'd get so mad at them. So one time I was sick too, so my voice was shot. So like I could barely speak anyways. Mm-hmm. And I was like talking to my friend about something. Me and like I was in the middle, and then two of my friends were to my right and my left, and we were talking about something. And she's like, "You three, you know what? I'm sick of it. Get out." And I was like, "Us?" And she was like, and we were in like the back row, like 3 rows from the back.
She's just doing it to make a point.
And I was like, "No, like I pay to be here. Like I'm not leaving." And she was like, "Okay, then I'll leave, and everyone will get a 0 on their participation like clicker questions." And then I was like,
be that guy.
I was like, "What?" So I got up and left, and this Actually, I won't say this last part because it'll get me kicked out of school. But but
They don't
Yeah.
listen to this.
I guess. I handed my clicker to one of my friends, and I still got the participation points. Cause,
Oh,
like,
hell
she
yeah.
didn't fucking know who I was. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
because how big of the class was it?
it was like 150
yeah,
plus
she doesn't-
people.
That's, I don't know. That's why I don't really fuck with college.
That's the only time. Because, like, every other professor I have, if I'm talking to somebody, as long as it's not, like, really loud, they don't give a shit. Actually, one time, the whole class was talking while a professor was trying to start, and he went, "Can you guys just shut the fuck up?" It was pretty funny. But that's a different...
Yeah. Yeah. At least he didn't kick you out of the class. He just put you in your place.
Well, yeah, because he was talking to, like,
Yeah.
200 kids. Like,
Yeah.
everyone was talking.
Yeah.
But yeah, getting kicked out of a college lecture is definitely a rare thing to happen, so it was pretty funny. Oh, and then the next week, these two girls were sitting in front of us, and they were talking to each other, and they were like Chinese immigrant students, so they were like speaking in Chinese, and like, I don't know, they were confused about something, and then she like calls them out, and she's like, "What are you guys doing?" And they were like trying to explain like, "Oh, we're working on like something for or whatever," and she was like, "Get out!" She kicked them out. And they like didn't know what was going. They're like,
God
"Why are we being kicked
damn.
out?" It was ridiculous.
Fuck.
It's hard to empathize with someone who is so wrapped up in their role as like, I'm talking and you're listening to me. And if
Yeah.
you're not looking at me all the time, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Because imagine the level of like self-importance you have to feel to like we're just people. Like if you're talking and someone's not listening to you, maybe it's your fault.
Oh, she was a terrible professor
Yeah.
as well. Like I didn't learn a thing in that. Everything like was
A
self-taught.
really captivating professor, you know, I'll be looking at them the whole time. And I won't
Yeah,
have a
I'll be
problem.
paying attention,
Yeah.
taking notes. No,
It's
she was a
not-
terrible professor.
Yeah.
I had a professor like that. I've only done like a couple classes. I'm not really going right now. But I had a professor, and he was kind of like that, and he was just kind of a bitch. And he was teaching English, and then like one time, this is when I knew I was just kind of done with it for a little bit, because like he asked us to write like a 20-page essay on a song, on our favorite song.
What?
Yeah, and he's like, "Tell us why this is your favorite song and what it means to you." I was like, and then everybody was just like writing it down, like, "Okay, yeah, that's," and I was just like, nobody sees like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck am I gonna say?
Wait, he
20
wanted you to do
pages.
it like in class right then and there?
No. He
Oh.
was like, it's due like in like 4 days or whatever.
4
Yeah,
days?
and I was just like, and everybody was like, okay, yeah. And I was like, what? Nobody see how stupid this is. And then like, I milked the shit out of it. I was like, what can I do? I was like, let's get a sad song. And I was like,
So what song did you do?
I forgot what song it was, and I said it was my favorite song, and I don't even remember what it was, but it was like about divorce, and I was like, I can milk my parents' divorce, and how I was like, this
Was it Hey Y'all?
I was like,
It's about divorce?
I was like, when my parents got me, when they got divorced, I was so depressed, and I just like kept on milking like how it
For
affected my
20
life.
pages?
Yeah, I was like,
There's no way.
and their divorce really never like affected me that harshly, so I was just like, what are the tropes?
Wow.
Yeah.
What a dick.
That
did
sucks.
Did you say anything to him?
Yeah, I was like, 20 pages, and I was like, I don't listen to music that much. And he's like, well, find a song. And I was like, okay.
Wow.
I was just trying to get out of it, but yeah. I also tried to flag, I was like, I'm special ed.
Did you ever get detention in high school?
I got a Saturday school.
Saturday
What'd you
school?
do?
I left.
You just left?
Well, you know, I took a weight class. There was one year where I had weight room.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
I did that
in
senior
the
year.
gym, and you know the coaches, and it's just a bunch of people lifting weights. It's not even really a class.
Right.
So you know, sometimes if like there's a sub or something, they take your name down on roll, and then you know just fucking walk home. And I did it all the time, but one day I happened to pick a day where a bunch of other people decided to do it. So they found out. And
They
were
did like a mass.
you left
mass
you left
arrest.
class, and I was like, yep. And they were like, it's a Saturday school.
But why? The
Yeah.
class was just lifting weights.
It's again, it makes you think about college. Like, imagine getting in trouble for leaving.
Yeah.
Well,
Fucking, It's fear tactics.
I didn't. I got a Saturday school for going off campus for lunch. Well, the thing is, I hid in the trunk on the way out, and then on the way back, Doug was checking IDs on the way back in. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh my god.
Yeah, on the way back in, so I was walking up. Me and Maddie were walking back up. We were like, what was it? Like, you can do that until you're like juniors or whatever.
Yeah, or sophomores. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever year we weren't able to do it. And then we get a Saturday school. I was just like, for what? We came back. What's the problem?
Yeah,
we're going to class. We're back on time. Why give me a Saturday school? I just want it in and out. Makes no sense.
That's so funny.
That's hilarious. Yeah, no, nothing like that. I never got called to the office or anything during my 4
Good boy.
years. Like,
Well,
yeah, I was a good boy.
and then
Nothing ever happened.
okay, when we were all becoming seniors, us three took econ over the summer,
Oh yes.
and we were all in different classes. Well, you two in the same class. I was in a different class,
Hell yeah.
and I was sitting in class,
Jesus.
and my phone starts ringing, and I look at it, and it's Dr. O'Connor calling me because I was gonna be the president, so he gave me his phone number, and like his personal phone number, and I was like, and I told the teacher, I was like, Dr. O'Connor, our principal, is calling me. He was like, I don't even have his personal phone number. What the hell? So then I told you guys this
That's
last week.
epic. Just a dick flex.
Yeah.
moment.
So then I was like, I have to go. And then Dr. O'Connor remembered that I was in class, so he hung up quickly. And then the class phone rings, and then Mr. Sprinkle walks up and he picks it up and he's like, hello. And he's like, okay. And he puts it down and he looks at me. He's like, they need you at the office.
Sprinkle the man.
So I went into the office and I thought like I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I sit down and Dr. O'Connor and Dr. Mitchell are sitting there and they're like, what classes do you want to take? Because we need to make your schedule so we could figure out everyone else's. I was the first schedule
Holy
that they
shit,
made.
that's
And like the
crazy.
entire school revolved around. It was the weirdest shit ever.
Bro, when I made the Jeezys video for my business class or whatever. In
Oh,
high
yeah,
school,
I was Jesus, yeah.
Bro, our teacher, Mr. Sahu, he was like, how'd you get the ASB president in this? It's just aiming.
I'm friends with the guy. Yeah, our Jeezys presentation. Jeez, man. Martin and I were talking about it the other day and how like there's just some absolute trogs in our class, and I remember some of those kids walking out because they were either laughing too hard or they were offended by our pitch.
They were offended. Do you know about this?
Oh, the
Okay, tell the story.
All right, so the idea, we had to come up with like a business plan or something.
Yeah,
So it
For
was-
econ.
the original idea, because I saw like a super old like ad for like this little Bible, and you like press keys and like it would like start reading the Bible.
Oh, the electronic Bible.
Yeah, electronic Bible, and I was like, "Yo, what if we made that a shoe?"
Oh yeah, it was like a Jesus shoe, and then one of us mentioned Yeezys, so we just said
somebody mentioned
Jeezys.
Yeezys, and,
And so we had to come up with the business plan and then present it to the class.
And you had to draw a shoe, right?
we had, well, no.
I had a photoshopped Jeezy with a cross on it.
Yeah,
and
he
it said, like,
photoshopped
walk
a
on water.
Yeezy with a cross. Pretty good. It said walk on water. We printed out pictures and put it on a...
Tim
we didn't have
Tebow
to,
and
yeah.
Joel
Joel Osteen.
Osteen.
What,
Yeah, the mega church guy?
Yeah.
And we just posted them on the paper. Like, we didn't have to draw anything.
It was like pros, cons, and
Pros,
shit.
cons, like what our business plan is. So like we basically put like pros, like cheap to manufacture, you exploiting child labor, like this will cost nothing, it'll make us so much. We have these sponsors backing us for the shoe. Like they're stylish, they're
We'll
like
get you
content-
closer to God.
They'll get you closer to God, and we're like saying this all in front of the class, like giving our presentation. And the four of us, it was me, you, Martin, and Simon. Maybe five. I think Brandon was in our group too.
Yeah, I think he was as well.
And we were all just laughing our asses off, like in front of the entire class. Like either Martin or Simon or maybe even you, like just had to like step away from the group at the front of the class, just like laughing so hard. And then
Because like the cons was like feel morally bad for
Like
exploiting
child
labor scam, slight scam.
And I remember the teacher being like, "So why are you admitting to using child labor?" It's like, we're not admitting anything. This is just part of the manufacturing process. Nobody has to know
You gotta
about
talk
this.
to our manufacturers.
Yeah, this is gonna be cheap to produce, and we're gonna have Tim Tebow backing us. And we were all like just losing it up there. I think we got a good grade on it too. And then I remember
we did.
people walking out or laughing really hard. It was
Who walked out? I want to know.
I don't.
Wait, people were offended and walked out? Like Jesus people?
I think at least one or two of them were like,
Yeah.
offended and walked
cringe.
out. I won't.
But the teacher, she was like, I'm Christian, so I don't really understand this. And I was like, oh.
You should have said, so am I.
Hey, good fucking looking for the future, because Kanye's now super Christian. That was way before Jesus is King.
Oh yeah,
And then
yeah.
I
Kanye has
texted
always been
because
super
her
Christian.
son was on the water polo team.
Yeah.
And I texted a picture of like some Kanye and like some Christian shit. I was like, tell your mom that we were right. And then she responded and she was like, hey, didn't see it coming, but you guys were right. And I was like, let's go.
That's hilarious. Yeah. No, okay. Bleep out the names, but I'll tell you.
Yeah.
So, Jason walked out because he was laughing too hard.
Oh, that's awesome.
The
I love
one
Jason.
Jason's
Mexican
a good guy.
kid who was ginger, Isaiah. Mm-hmm. He wasn't laughing. I think he was offended.
Really?
That
yeah.
guy?
And then some other people who I don't know
Yeah.
walked out.
Because
I think
they're
maybe
offended?
Dorian walked out because he was either offended
Yeah, I
or
think
laughing.
Dorian
got
walk out.
offended?
Yeah, he's a big Christian.
Yeah.
But I heard Jason laughing and walking out because it was too funny.
Yeah.
Like, it was easily one of the funniest, like, get up there and present some bullshit to a class. Like,
Hey, we made the best out of it. Cause
yeah, and we
everybody
got a
else was
good
like,
grade, which is
we'll
the best
do
part.
this, and then the product line is like this.
Yeah,
and
well,
then-
the weirdest part is we were making, like a business plan for, like, econ, which, like, kind of applies, but not really.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
high
they're two
school
they're two
summer
different-
economics class.
They're
It's
two
like-
different
Yeah.
things. Like, if it was a business class, that makes sense to have a pitch about a business idea.
yeah,
But,
it was economics. It didn't really work.
no.
Your guys' econ class was like a cool class. Mine was just Sprankle.
Hey, I like Sprinkle though. I've had that man for 3 years, and I
Yeah,
have a good
but all
relationship
he
with
would
him.
do was just like, America's the best because we're capitalists. I mean, look at Venezuela. And then he'd show us like PragerU videos.
You
that
gotta
were
get
like,
past that. He's a very interesting man to talk to pick his brain.
I mean,
I would talk to him a lot, and he's an interesting. He's not right on a lot of things, but like it's interesting on what he thinks. And
Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't care that
Yeah.
he believes in that, but what I care about is that he was teaching it like it was fact. And like every single thing that PragerU, and obviously PragerU is very biased and wrong and like a very right-leaning thing. I mean, there are left-leaning things that are wrong too. But it was just he was preaching it like it was fact, and it had nothing to do with high school economics.
yeah,
It was just like an interesting time to be stuck in a classroom. How long? We had like 4-hour days for like a
4
few
weeks.
yeah.
4 weeks,
It was kind
4 hour
of.
days.
It
Wow.
sucked. but
5 days.
It was so worth it.
It was, yeah. I
Potluck
saved so much
Fridays,
time.
baby.
What?
Do you remember Potluck Friday?
Oh yeah,
Every Friday we'd all
Potluck Friday was
bring
amazing.
some bullshit.
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys had that. We weren't allowed to get up out of our seat in class to like grab a tissue unless we asked him. I was almost 18 years old, and this guy was like, I got up to get a tissue once because I had like needed to sneeze, and he was pressing me about getting out of my seat to get a tissue. You were talking about that earlier. Imagine having to ask somebody
Yeah.
to go to the bathroom. That's even fucking worse. I was still in the room. I still hear you.
Yeah.
I'm still paying attention to.
Dehumanize. Imagine you yourself trying to tell another human being when they can get up for a tissue.
Yeah, and I was just like,
Oh,
oh,
the army.
I'm sorry. Like,
I'm just realizing now that while you guys were doing this, because I would never be caught dead doing summer school.
Hey, I did it so I could skip class.
You fucking
Yeah.
nerd.
Yeah.
worth
This is junior going into senior year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is when I was having my first shroom trip. So while you guys were doing this,
Bro, I also took Gov that summer as well, so I didn't have to do
You got vaped
any-
in the ear.
What?
You got vaped in the ear.
oh yeah,
Do you remember that?
you were like
You
at
went
the
to the
urinal.
bathroom one time,
Yeah.
and there was this like
Kid,
fat lower classman kid who ripped his
yeah!
vape and blew it into your ear.
Yeah, for no reason. I was like taking a piss, and I was like,
Dude, you
Okay.
came back like you had been raped.
You came back and you're like, I was
felt
You were
just
shell
assaulted.
shocked.
I
It's like
felt it was wrong, bro. Oh my god! Like, I was taking a piss and I was just minding my business. I was like, and then I just feel like a cold breeze come back, and I'm like, and I just see him walking away with his vape. And I was like, "Does this guy just vape on me?"
the way I imagine it is him like hitting it and then just pulling it like right into your ear. Like
I know how it happened. Oh my god!
that was hilarious. We had such a like insane seating arrangement. I remember she like
It was ridiculous.
pushed chairs against the wall because of our seating. It was me, you,
Yeah.
Martin, Brandon, Wilfred,
was
Simon.
bad.
Like Nickland was there. Like all of us just grouped up.
So
Bro,
many
Nick
names I
was
have to
funny, bro.
censor in this episode. Ugh.
Who cares?
You know how fucking annoying it is to skip
get off
around
the
to
high
find
school.
every
We
name.
say this every time. That's why I'm saying who cares. Like we've been through this.
Fuck you. That's work I have to do.
Oh, come on.
Whatever. Anyways, I'm sorry, but
Nick,
fuck this podcast.
you don't have to censor it, man. Nobody is listening to this.
It's just like courtesy.
Yeah, it's courtesy.
That is just courtesy. It's
Sure,
it's rude to just dock somebody's full name, especially because
But why are you so worried about being courteous to people who are never gonna know you were courteous to them?
just in case.
Okay, all right. Seems paranoid.
No, I mean that's just a Eric.
Yes, it is.
Eric, you stream on Twitch.
Yes,
Follow
it's-
spanktank.tv.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Spank Tank TV.
Oh, yeah.
Go
Quick
check
plug.
it out. I just posted it.
Do you have any upcoming shows we
For-
should?
What's up?
You wanna plug any tour dates?
Tour dates. I'll be in my bedroom streaming. Like whenever I
time.
feel like it. I don't have a schedule.
But,
It's
like,
just something that I do.
Eric, you spend a lot of time in your room
Yeah, sure.
because maybe you feel like making a meal and you want ingredients that
Okay,
are
shut
pre-packaged.
up. Shut up. No, stop it.
Well, I'm
You
just
gotta hit
saying,
up
Blue
Blue
Apron.
Apron
Stop
about
it. Stop. Oh.
Okay. Wow, we've been going for a while. Maybe we
You
could
want to call it?
run. Stop the podcast. Garrett.
That was you.
Okay.
Literally you.
Eric, anything else to plug?
Nothing. Just go check out my short film on my YouTube, Eric Pulver. Under the Lunar Sunset. Go check out Spank Tank TV if you can. That's
Just
it.
know that you'll never get to see Sasquatch.
Yeah, just think about Sasquatch.
It might be somewhere in my Google Docs. We'll never know. Well, I'll
greatest-
try to find it tonight, actually.
If you ever become like a big film guy,
Oh, that's
Yeah, you
that's
have
going
to
to be the
release that.
legendary lost film of your career.
yeah, the legendary lost film. Yeah.
All
I
right,
need to find it. I really like that movie too. It's good. It was all improvised too. which
It's
is
probably better that it's a lost film.
Yeah, maybe.
It'll never
it'll be
live
more
up to
hyped
the
in our memory.
expectation.
All right, well,
funny. Yeah.
See you guys later.
Perfect. See ya.
Unreal.